Right, I have a saying now that I say. A thing that I say. What is it that I say? Hey everybody, welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Morgan and I create stories. Here on YouTube, I actually talk about my journey in creating my own story along the way. Today, I'm going to talk about what it's like to be a multi-passionate entrepreneur and how I often get sidetracked with too many projects. So first, I guess I'll explain what it means to be a multi-passionate entrepreneur. Being a multi-passionate entrepreneur, I like to do a lot of things and I get interested in a lot of things. Which is why my brand is also storytelling. So it doesn't actually limit the medium that I use. I'm able to do it through my acting, my writing. I have also... Excuse you. Stop. So rude. I have also explored a little bit in visual arts and drawing and things like that. I'm working on improving those skills. I'm also improving my film editing and also just filming things, filmography, I guess. I don't know if that's the right term, but just working on those. So yeah, I get very interested in a lot of different types of things, and sometimes it can be really difficult to stay focused on certain projects. I've gotten better over the years of staying on my previous projects, which leads to a different problem of me having too many projects that I'm working on, and I will still work on them, but it definitely slows down my progress and also starts to wear me out. I get burnt out. So periodically I have to go through and kind of do a self-check and say, okay, of all the stuff that I am working on, what is essential? What is core to my brand? What brings me the most joy or satisfaction by doing it. And then I need to kind of basically pare down and eliminate the stuff that is not so much helping me move towards my goals or is not bringing me as much joy, things like that. Now, this also does include kind of reprioritizing those things, I guess, if that makes sense. For example, I had started to work on stickers and drawings and things like that. Digital drawing especially, I was learning a little bit there. I created pumpkin stickers, as you can see here, which are still in my shop, but ultimately I decided that those are not essential to my brand. I'm still a beginner when it comes to drawing, so it's not something I'm, producing as much work as I probably would need to be if I were going to be doing that. It's just kind of a different branch. So that I've decided is more of a hobby. I can always add it in later if I decide I really want to, if I really miss it. But for now, that's just going to be a hobby, and I will probably draw some stickers periodically, more so for myself. But not so much focusing hardcore on creating product to sell. Now, reevaluating this did also change my schedule in the upcoming months because I had planned to create some stickers for December holiday time. So that is now taken off of my plate, which is what the entirety of this video is about, is me having too much on my plate and how to remove stuff from it. So the other stuff that I looked at kind of what the essential core items to my creative business are, things that I've already identified. So I know, I create stories. So my storytelling on TikTok is extremely important. My, documenting and talking about my journey here on YouTube, I feel is very important because that's more focused on, like I say in my intro, creating my story, my personal life story. So it still very much fits within that brand, and I feel like it's a great way to connect with people and to hopefully inspire some other people if they're interested in taking that leap. If you are one of those people and you're interested in moving into a creative business, let me know in the comments below what you're interested in doing, or if you have any questions, I mean, I'm still in the beginning of my journey, but if you have any questions, hopefully I can answer. Things like that would be cool. It'd just be cool also to hear about what you're thinking about doing, what you're interested in doing. So, keeping my storytelling and YouTube present, I think, are very important. However, when you look at it from the business side of it, TikTok, it doesn't really pay. They have a creator fund, but that's not until you get up to, I believe, 10,000 followers, and you have to get, a bunch of views on each video. You get paid per, certain number of views or something. I'm not exactly sure because I am not at 10,000 followers yet. But it certainly doesn't pay a lot unless you are a massive creator with millions of followers. So not depending on that. YouTube is a little bit similar. You have to have a certain number of subscribers as well as a certain number of hours watched, neither of which I have hit, so I am not monetized here yet. So this is all just for my own enjoyment and sharing my journey. So I need to look at where I could be making some income, because obviously building a business, you also want to have income. So the two areas that I'm currently bringing money in are Skillshare and Patreon. So on Patreon, I have a handful of amazing patrons that I'm super excited about. They basically every month they're getting, some extra insider access, behind the scenes content, updates about what I'm working on or what I will be working on, things like that. So I need to continue to focus on that. And I've been feeling for a little while now that I need to up my content creation on Patreon and the quality of the content there. So it's really good to take a step back and say, okay, I'm prioritizing this thing so that I can put out better content, and then hopefully eventually get some more patrons along the way as well. The other thing is Skillshare, and I have 2 classes up currently. Those are gradually generating revenue, and it is slowly increasing each month how much revenue I am getting each month. So that's really cool. And then the more classes I can get up there, obviously the more that will increase. But I'm all focusing there on trying to get the income coming in to support my creative business. And obviously the more income I get coming in, then I can also buy other stuff to do more stories, like wigs and costumes and makeup and other fun technology and gadgets and things like that. I have talked in other videos about kind of the gear that I use. It's fairly basic. I use my Canon Rebel T3i, which is a little bit of an older Rebel Canon model, but it still works super well. I just recently was able to get a new microphone thanks to my patrons' support. That is a Rode Video Micro. Yes. So I just got that. That's great. That improves my sound quality a bit. I am still editing on InShot on my phone, but I would at some point like to upgrade to editing software on my computer. It's totally doable on my phone, and I will probably still edit certain things on my phone because InShot is a great app. One of my classes on Skillshare is all about how to edit a YouTube video using only your phone and InShot. But I do think I might be able to edit a little bit faster if I can do it on my computer. Plus, I would really like to be able to play around with special effects at some point. So there's lots of little things that eventually I want to be able to upgrade to and improve upon and everything like that. I would also like to get some more wigs and costumes because right now I'm working off of a very basic selection of items, and I would like to have a few more choices when it comes to putting things together. So these are all things on my mind as far as what I would like to do to invest in my business and in my storytelling. So obviously need to focus on what are some avenues where I can get that income coming in so that I can do those things. The other thing that I have been working on in the past are making wands, prop wands for people to use for their storytelling, especially because it was very popular in the Hogwarts tag on TikTok. People have created characters, and so there is a small demand for prop wands. There are several other wand creators, however, I don't see as many that are making ones specifically designed to be props. So some of them I would imagine are going to be a little bit more delicate. They're probably designed a little bit more to look good, but not necessarily as sturdy. I'm focusing on trying to make mine fairly sturdy. However, I have just not had a whole lot of time for the wand making, and then I recently tried making a series that didn't turn out quite the way I wanted, so I don't know that I'm going to continue those. I might, we'll see. But ultimately, I have some wands currently for sale in my shop. They haven't really sold yet. They're not doing a lot. They're there. I'm sure at some point they will sell, but it's not an immediate return on my, time and financial investment. So I am setting aside my wand making a bit for now. It'll still be there if I have extra time, or if I get really excited about a certain design or something like that. But it is not going to be super high on my priority list. So really there's 4 things that I've decided to focus in on, and that is Skillshare, Patreon, YouTube, and TikTok. I feel that those are where most of my interest lies at this point in time. I feel that those fit very well within my brand core. And I just want to focus in on those. It's also really important to look at how much stuff you have on your plate. Like I said, I definitely struggle with portion control when it comes to projects that interest me. And it's just something that I've accepted that I am going to do. I'm going to get sidetracked and I'm going to get interested in doing other things and trying new things and learning new things. And ultimately, I just have to periodically check in with myself and say, okay, what is essential to what I need to be doing right now? What is taking away too much from those things? What can be more of just a casual hobby? What, reevaluate what is going to be the most important things around what it is that you're doing, and then shift gears and switch back to doing those. Remove those other things from your plate. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're removing them permanently necessarily. If it's something that still interests you, you can always come back to that later, or you can look at it as more of a hobby that you just do casually, periodically, for fun. You need to, just look at kind of that prioritization process and figure out what's going to work for you. It's okay to get interested in new projects. The tricky part is being able to come back and look at, okay, what do I need to be focusing on? That's the hard part. So I hope that helps some of you, if any of you are struggling in that process, or if you're feeling just burnt out and exhausted. Again, that is totally normal. Be nice to yourself. Thank you for joining me. I upload every Friday. If you're interested in following my journey as a creative entrepreneur, please don't forget to go click and subscribe. I hope you all take care and stay safe and follow your hearts and your intuition and stay weird. See you next time. Really? I'm filming right now. Okay, come here. Come here. There you go. Come here. Okay. All right. Okay. What do you think of my video vlog planner? It's good, huh? She's impressed.